Let's talk about love, health and wellness, transformation, yeah, we got it. Discuss your breakthroughs, national issues. This show will take you there, yeah. Taking it step by step, living.
Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. How are you all doing?
Getting stronger and living longer. Let's figure out the questions for ya. I need a little conversation. You need a little conversation.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. Happy Sunday. Listen, by now, y'all gotta be sipping something.
Talk about it on the conversation. When you need a little motivation, life is better on the conversation. Tune into
we are getting motivated, inspired. We are getting just prepared and absolutely training our eyes on 2021.
Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the conversation. How are you all doing? Happy Sunday, everybody. Listen, what y'all sipping? So here I am, right here, sipping a lot of the screen goodness. So refreshing and so nice. What y'all sipping? I'm going to say hi to everybody who is in the live stream in just a second. I see you, Gano. Good afternoon to you. Hi, hi, hi. Hello to Cortina. Hi to Florina. What you sip? She's sipping on fever grass iced tea with a twist of lime. That sounds so refreshing. Hello to you, Karen Marsh. Hi, Ephraim. And hello to everybody. If I miss you, hello to you as you come in. Cindy Miller. Good afternoon to you. When you come in, share. Hey, Betsy, how are you? How you doing? Delta, my cousin in Atlanta. Delta, get something, sip on it. Let's make this happen. I'm happy that you were able to join us live this afternoon. I know you usually catch the replay because you're always working, and so it's good to have you streaming live with us. Hi, Karen. Good afternoon to everybody. Joyland and Turks and Caicos. Hi to you. What are you all sipping? Let me know what you're sipping, guys. And by the way, it's so awesome. Thank you, Karen. Karen. I'm gonna tell you, my people, y'all don't play. Sometimes you wear your natural hair and sometimes you do the other thing. You know what I mean? And your natural hair, I think, always has you looking more refreshed. Sometimes, but I got my other stuff. And so welcome to Sunday Sip and Chat, guys. I am sipping something really cool, really refreshing. It's good to have you all here. And today we are going back like in the archives of the conversation to pull out a relationship topic about, women and men. And as we try to continue to figure it out, right? People say it's the most complicated thing. Somebody was being so mischievous because when I said, can a woman change? The guy said, oh, this is a very short show. The answer is no, a woman can change. Then he said, oh, I just saw the rest of it. Can a woman change a man? Now that's interesting. Well, what do y'all think? Can a woman change a man? I think a woman, if she is smart and if she does things very strategic and, and just very, and not the usual stuff, I think she can. My guests may obviously differ. And so we're going to hear exactly what they have to say. As you come in, please do share the live stream. Tag several people in here, especially some women. Let's get ringed up in 2021. How about that? Let's just get, put a ring on it. You know what I mean? And so ladies, you need to know the secrets of what is going to require and what that is going to take. Hi to you. Hey, Inga, good afternoon to you. Good to see you. Hi, Marcia. Hello to Sipping on Collagen Plus by Unicity. Karen, let me tell you something about that. That Collagen Plus is everything. You talk about looking refreshed. Somebody say about refreshed. That's because I mix all of that stuff right in here, right in there. And it's so nice. Absolutely. Looking just beautiful, right? And so welcome to Sunday Sip and Chat, everybody. It's good to have you all streaming. Now, okay. Let's get our guests in. I hope everybody is here. If not, we certainly will jump in with who is here already. So listen, welcome to, you don't usually participate in relationship discussions, but it's good to have you here. She is known for other things, but not really relationship on no real sort of public way. But welcome to Sunday Sip and Chat, I think for the first time. Peggy Candace, how are you?
Good afternoon. I'm most excellent, Shenique. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Can a woman change a man?
No, ma'am.
A woman cannot change a man?
No, ma'am.
Huh. Welcome to Sip and Chat. Mandel Miller, good afternoon to you. You're muted, Mandel.
It's indeed a pleasure and an honor to be here on a Sunday with you. Back on the relationship topics. It's been a while. It's been a while, and I'm
Yeah, I
excited.
haven't. Yeah, I haven't had a relationship show and topic in the longest while. And so today we were like, you know what? Let's just do something. Let's do something real, different, nice, and revisit some stuff. And so, can a woman change a man?
Shanique, I believe so. I heard Peggy's answer just now. I believe so. I truly believe so, and I must say, I'll tell your audience, my conclusion is a result of you having asked me this question, and I initially said no, and then I went in and did some of my own self-searching, introspection,
Oh, so hold on. So it sounds to me like a woman has changed you.
yeah, she's contributed to my growth and development, in some major ways, and so I had to double back, and I think I even probably call you and change my answer, and was like, I would attribute some of my growth, or a lot of it, to her. I think I even tried to tell you, if it was just a matter of a woman, me being a single father, and having my two daughters change me, and he was like, nah, it's that woman around, and I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. And so I had no choice but to accept the truth of the matter, that
Well, listen, so listen to this. By the way, is Leonardo here? Is Leonardo in the live feed? Okay, awesome. Well, it's good to have you, Leonardo. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you, Leonardo.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, it's good seeing you. You look a lot different than the last time you were on, sometime
Afternoon.
last year. How are you? Okay, Leonardo, you make sure that your internet is good so that we can get this going. Sorry? Okay, guys, let me just get to some. Leonardo, go back in, go back out, come back in, and make sure that you're good. So, Florina Pratt says, I beg to differ, Shenique. The only thing that can change a man is his will to change. That's just my opinion. So let's just see who else is making a Delta Blevins, married for a number of years. A woman can influence change, she says, but real change has to come from within, self-driven. Cortina Major says only God can change a person and that is coming from 27 years of marriage. Wow, these ladies, I tell you. Karen Barr says a woman can influence change, but she can't change him. No way, no way. So Betsy Claire says, in a way, no, and in a way, yes. I kind of sort of, I like Betsy's answer. Karen Marr says, listen, yes, she can, only by doing the extraordinary. I wonder what the extraordinary is. Well, we see what the men say around the table. And so welcome to Sip and Chat. By the way, do share the live stream. It's good to have you all. By the way, let me get to Alicia before we really jump in. Alicia Josie says, technically, a woman cannot change a man, but a woman can influence a man to the point where the man can indeed change his way of thinking. Okay. And so let's just jump right in. Peggy, when you say no and so adamantly, like no, why do you stay in that position? Why do you hold that position?
Because, Shanique, good afternoon once again. It is my opinion that a man changes himself. Now, what is his motivation is another thing. It could be a woman, but a man will have to change himself. And to believe that a woman will change, it's just so much hard work to even try to change. And you use the word train. It's hard work. It is not something, it is about accepting an individual. It's about honest communication, not about changing the individual. If you are aware of some faults or some struggles a man have, and you say, well, I'm going to be with him because I'm going to change him, I think you're taking on a task that will only lead to misery, heartache, sorrow. and not enjoying the fullness of a relationship. A relationship is not about working hard to change somebody. It is about accepting who the individual is. Once they are truthful and their declaration of who they are to you, or where you meet them, and then you say, something, I can work with this individual. I can grow with this individual. But change is just seems to be almost a job. And I don't think a woman can change a man. She can influence that change. She can be the motivation why he wants to improve himself.
But isn't that motivation, that inspiration, that incentive, her changing him? Because how it is that a man can date, let's say, 5 women, and he play around with all 4 of them, but that one woman, or he's a total different person.
He's a total different person in the sense that, okay, he's gonna make this effort, this extra effort. But if his character is one thing, eventually he will revert back to who he is. And I think this is the heartache that some women, because they put these demands, oh, you have to do this, you have to do this, and men try to do it even though it's probably not their natural recourse, their natural effort.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, people say, oh, he's showing me. You. That's the man. He was trying to impress you. He was trying to win you over. And once that is done, he go back to being who he is. And sometimes we set ourselves up as females. We set ourselves because we say, this is what I want. And because the man wants to get with you, even if it's for sexual gratification, he makes these adjustments. And once, it becomes routine, he goes back to who he truly is.
So Mandel, is what Peggy is saying, is it true? Do men, if you figure you could change him, do women hurt themselves and set themselves up for failure by making these demands, insisting on certain things being the way they want it to be, and the man shows up and says, okay, I'm going to do all that just so he can get what he wants, and then everything is back to business as usual?
Shenique, good afternoon again. What Peggy is saying has some merit, has a lot of merit to it, and it's just one aspect, one angle to the whole to our conversation today. For example, basically in the context of change that we're talking about, no one is saying that a woman is going to be the thing that changes that man, but the reality of it is that based on the woman you have in your life will be a very determining factor on how your life turns out. That's just a clear reality, and if women are honest, they would say that had I not been in his life, X, Y, and Z would have been different. And I understand the aspect of we don't change ourselves, we don't heal ourselves, and we don't do all these different things ourselves. But to fulfill any personal will that we have takes the willingness. And yes, sometimes that willingness is influenced heavily either by a mother or a significant other. And yes, again, what Peggy was saying, where women spend their a lifetime sometimes trying to change a man. I think you first have to know what works for you and what doesn't. And a lot of times women invest their energies into changing things that don't work for them versus a lesson that my mother, who's a woman, taught me, which changed me, which is, she said, Manda, you keep falling in love with women who you set out to make what you're looking for versus falling in love with a woman who is what you're looking for. And I had to take note of that, and that changed me. And
so even a man can come into a relationship with sort of this false narrative of he's going to change her. You're saying that too does not work.
Yes, it doesn't work. Shenique, as I started to prepare for today's show, this is a topic that I would have discussed with you probably from years back, and it was all based on a book that I had came across that says How to Train a Man in 21 Days: Secrets from Professional Dog Trainers. And I was bewildered when I first saw this book. And I decided to pick it up and open it and read through some of the terminologies and stuff that it had, and realize that, hold on, we live in a world where universally men are called dogs or compared to dogs. And in preparation for today's show, I was like, hold on. Yeah, not only are men considered dogs, but women from time to time are called dogs by the B word. And so maybe if we look deeper beyond the comparison of the dog and look at the principles that are being taught, we would truly see and understand that just as you train an animal or a dog to coexist with you in the house or wherever, so can you train your mate, whether it's a male or female, to coexist with you. And it's in that context of change and training that I'm coming from, in terms of being able to affect or influence a man's life in some meaningful way. And a lot of women do not know how to behave in a way that would cause a man to generally say, you know what? Because of this woman, I want to rise to the occasion. I want to make this change. Okay, for example, you see a dog. A owner comes home, the dog starts wagging back in his tail. He's excited to see his owner. But if that owner, every time that dog does that, says, get away from me, which come from me, and this and that, eventually that dog changes that behavior because he realizes that the owner does not have an appreciation for his happy presence.
Well, wow. Now listen, guys, because we're going to take this conversation to that level. What does a woman need to do to have a man wagging his tail and excited about her? And as you say, change or train him. Leonardo, I don't know if you are here, if you are in real time with us, but if you are, say hi to us. Cara, we may just have to leave him out and let's continue going. Now, Mandel and Peggy, let's just pick this up. You said, Mandel, in this book that we have discussed before, to train a man in 21 days, and it's doable. Of course, I imagine it's longer than 21 days, but this is just the book for a nice, good, get your attention. You are saying that a woman can do certain things, that the result that you figure you want, there is a way to behave and conduct yourself. There is a way, and Peggy kind of hinted at the same way as well in terms of when she used the word influence. How do you influence him? Yeah, you don't go out to change him, but women are very crafty. How do you influence him? Do you influence him like how a lot of us are doing now, in terms of, you know, showing him everything and giving him everything right away and telling them, you know, all this could be yours. Let's just, you know, let's talk. Is that the way you now influence him in 2021?
Shenique, a lot of it starts their dynamics, just their dynamics to it, or ingredients to this kind of change, or this kind of development, or this kind of relationship. There are ingredients to it. You cannot expect to get blood out of a stone, and I say that because there are people who will tell you, oh, well, I do this, I do that, I do the next thing, and he still ain't changed. The reality of it is probably that what you're trying to get out of him just maybe ain't in him. It's a difference when you're trying to get something out, you're drawing water out of a well that you know is there. That's a major difference, and a lot of times the signs are there to tell you whether a person has some certain qualities or not. What we set out to do is we try to implant and put these qualities in a person. Yes, that's the kind of change that's dangerous. When you're trying to make someone out to be something that they're not. And again, let's look at motive. You use the word influence change versus trying to manipulate change. And so there's a fine line between a lot of this stuff. And I find when you understand the sincerity or the generosity or the authentic aspects of these different variables, a relationship can grow and develop. For example, I remember my significant other now at one point, this was probably like our first or second argument, and I raised my voice and she laughed. I took her laughter as offensive and I started to carry on, and eventually.
So what you mean she laughed? Like she wouldn't engage you in the argument that you so badly wanted?
Whether it's an argument, whether I wanted it or not, I was communicating as a man. And I said to you and Peggy earlier, it's normally said men don't communicate. So being a man who has been intentional about communicating and feeling like, okay, here I am, not ignoring the issue, I'm prepared to deal with it, and let's deal with it, and you laughing and I dead serious, and you taking this thing for joke, or you taking me for granted, when in reality that kind of communication that I was giving off was a trigger for her in her past, and she had grown beyond that. And so in order not to succumb to where I was at, Yeah, she laughed to say laugh it off. And
Yeah.
she came back later and said to me, hey, I made a vow as a child. No man other than my pa can raise his voice and talk to me in any kind of way, or however you spoke to me, whether you okay with it or not. And if she's a woman of substance and value, which in my case she is, I had to rise to the occasion. I had to learn, and I had to pivot, and I had to do everything within my power to change that behavior, because I value the woman that she is. And that's
Wow.
not actually who I am.
Well, I
So
hope you all heard that, because Peggy, I want you to jump in there about the habits that we have. A lot of us have these ugly habits, because that would have been a big explosion, a big argument, etc. And yet we are trying to change the man, but understanding that we are making matters worse. I mean, address some things that we as women do that makes it impossible to affect this change, to influence this change.
You know, April, I turned 49. So what moved me, what excited me, what got my interest is different from when I was 29.
Amen.
And so the maturity level is a standard now that I have for myself. If you come in my inbox and say, beautiful, sweetie, sick, I can block you. That don't move me. I grown. And so as women, we have to have standards. We have to have a maximum or minimum requirement. I have a checkbox. I just ain't accepting the certain things that if you ain't come with, why we continually talking? And you have
So
to
Peggy, wait a minute. I mean, I'm not trying to get all into your
do it though.
checklist, the list that you have, this check off list, but just give an idea for women out there who are listening and watching and streaming live. By the way, hi everybody, welcome to Sip and Chat. Do share the live stream. What are some of the things, what are some of the do's and then some of the don'ts for you now as a mature woman, even as you engage in relationships or relationship, and just in fact, affect your own change in the way that you are now showing up?
For me, family. I love my children. I love spending time with my children. I have 2 grandbabies. If you ain't into that, we don't even have to go to the second conversation. So family is important to me. God-fearing. My relationship with God, I don't profess to be no saint. I'm perfectly imperfect, but I have a standard with God. I have a relationship with God. You must understand, respect, and hopefully have your own. That's paramount to me. Financially stable and able. I take good care of myself. Now, either you can maintain this or add to it. You can't bring it down. And so these things are important to me. I operate at a certain level, even within my social status. You don't have to be there, but you must be able to be comfortable where I am. So if you're invited, you ain't gonna shine on because I want your company. If I'm into you that much and I'm going to a social event, I want your company. So you have to understand and appreciate. I was speaking with a gentleman, he said, I don't like stress and arguments. I don't like this. So he was telling me what his standards are.
Exactly.
It's important for that communication, especially, women of a certain age, we don't need no long chit chat. Get to the point. We don't have the time to waste time to figure these things out. Let's interview each other. This is what I like. Get it all out. And then you make a decision. Can I continue with this?
Good afternoon to everybody who's streaming. Hi to Emma Hepburn, who is sipping on some Balage and Inner 7. Hi to everybody else. Let me see if I can get to 1 or 2 of your comments as Mandel talk about what Peggy said in terms of how are we showing up, because change is a harsh word for a man. When you say change, how to train him. But ladies, there are indirect ways that you can do exactly that, because women have been doing it since the days of Delilah. And perhaps even before then. Peggy, you laugh, like since maybe even before then. They have been changing men, but without the man even knowing it. And so, I was speaking with a friend of mine, I think it was Friday or yesterday, but I think it was Friday. And he said, Shenique, after I was on your show, some ladies sent me some inbox and the inbox was very provocative. In fact, it was bikini tops and high heels. You heard me.
Shenique, can I please stick a pin right there? Please, because you almost said it and I just wrote it down, Shenique.
Go ahead.
If you remember from back on those shows, I always said that Yes, women will call men dogs and women will say all the things that we as men are guilty of. But bear in mind that as women, there are some things and some behaviors about yourselves that send some signals to men that are defining moments for men, unbeknown to women. And you asked, Peggy kind of alluded to a lot of the stuff just now. And just for example, you said about something to use with high heels. I always said, I am sick of women with high heels and low
And
standards.
low standards. Well, Mandel, what do you think about? And I want to ask about that because he told this to me. Say, Shenique, that shocked me because on the show and the live stream, the lady was showing herself in one way, but then she came in my inbox, like I said, with a bikini top and high heels. Do you all understand what that means? That means the bikini top and the high heels, nothing else in between. And so he was like, what the hell? And so what I'm saying, how are we showing up? Do we have to show up this way in 2021, or are we hurting ourselves continually by thinking we have to do it?
You're hurting yourselves. You're hurting yourselves. You're hurting yourselves. Shenique, y'all is around me for this, but I don't care until I go home. The glory y'all can hear. But one thing Mandela loved was the Bible, and I will always go back to that because that is my greatest foundation of truth. The example I always use that I feel that I say the 21st century women is missing out on is mentorship. I use the story or the parable of Ruth and Naomi and Boaz. Every woman wants their Boaz. Every woman wants this king. But how many women take the time out to go through the mentoring, the training that Ruth did with Naomi to learn how to get the attention of not only the eyes of the king, but the heart of the king? Men will give you their hands, their eyes, and their money, but not necessarily their hearts. And a lot of women do not take the time out to learn what's necessary to get the heart of that man so that he behaves in a way that she would appreciate or find value in. That's number one. Number two, a lot of women set standards for themselves that they do not maintain. Let's go back to the 90-day rule that a lot of women set for men but don't maintain themselves because 30 days in, they willing to test out the ride and see if he really working with it.
Yeah, but then no, but the thing is with the 90-day rule, Peggy, you could jump into when we say we ain't sleeping with you in 90 days and 3 months, then y'all bring heat. Y'all bring and make it look as though, man, says you outdated. You are so doggone 1999.
No,
I'm moving on. Well,
no,
what is a woman to do?
Shenique, just recently, a man in our man cave, we had a conversation, Shenique, and the man cave ain't going nowhere. Shenique, I can tell you, a lot of the men that I speak to say that women who set these 90-day rules don't keep them themselves. And a lot of us as men, I myself, I've experienced it. I go with the 90-day rule, and by the time we reached the day 30, I didn't hear her asking a friend, he like man, or he this, or he that, or he the next thing. God grew me up with some standards and a little bit of brought up seeing this and that and the next thing, and I'm a man that find pleasure in a woman wanting me more than me wanting her. And so I use that as an example to say women set standards for themselves that men don't watch them observe. Another breakdown in how men respond to women is how men see women respond to each other. If a man, me and you riding together, Shenique, the minute you see Peggy, or you don't think she could have get that wig sew on instead of just glue on, or my girl is do better lashes than her own, and men see this, and you breaking down Peggy, but we see the breakdown in you when you breaking her down.
Oh wow, Peggy, you heard that? Every social media, you're listening. Peggy, did you hear that? Do you hear how we defeat our own selves as women? And we continue to do it. And my Mandela's right. We continue to do it. We continue to think we can one up you and somehow bring you down to make ourselves look so much better. Yet we're looking for this relationship. Yet we're looking to be wifed. Yet we're looking for all these stuff. But the men spot all kind of other little things going on in us.
Shenique, one of the things, and preparing for this, I put your flyer on my Facebook page, and I also spoke with some men in my neighborhood. A friend of mine used to tell me, Pegs, men make women lie to them. We're telling them the truth. We're telling them this is what I like. This is where I go. This is what I enjoy. These are the places. And then you make us, you say, well, you have to do this to be with me. And we do it to be with you. That don't mean we change.
Wow.
We do it to be with you. We do it to get some. And that some better be good because we go want more of it good. But we do these things to
And
accomplish
that don't mean if he coming back for seconds or thirds that he in it.
that he changed. No, he's doing
Wow.
what you say is necessary to get what he wants. And we make some men, I'm not going to be all inclusive, we make some men lie to us. And then we turn around and say, you're a liar. No, you force him to lie. As a mature woman, I'm having conversations. And then some things that the red flags. I say, I ain't gonna deal with that. At this stage in my life, I just ain't gonna deal with that spirit. I just ain't gonna deal with that attitude. And so if I can't call you king, I'm a queen, sweetie. If I cannot call you king, where we going? If I don't recognize you're a joker, if I don't recognize that you're a clown, I don't have the energy or interest to train you, to change you. And so why not wait until I meet somebody who meet at least 7 points out of my 10 points?
Out of your 10.
Why not
Nobody afraid of the meantime.
having those conversations are enjoyable. I can talk to 5, 10 people and enjoy the conversation. That don't mean we going anywhere because all us on cyberspace. I know you
Hold on, Peggy. Hold on, Peggy.
We on cyberspace. We
Peggy,
doing
hold on.
on cyberspace. And then it's that special button named block.
Peggy, for a little while, right? I've been trying to engage any woman in the conversation of talking to more than 1, 2, 3 guys at a time. You just said, I'm not saying you, 5 or 10.
5 or 10.
What?
Busy talking on social media.
Yeah, but Mandel, I hope you all heard that. Any man in the live stream, I hope you all heard it. Yeah, the woman ain't just out here looking at you one no more. Okay, go ahead, Mandel.
But Shenique,
Listen, 6 and half a dozen is the same. I'm tired of people pretending that we different because we got vagina and penis.
Peggy say you need 10 because 6 and half a dozen is the same. No, Shenique, Peggy, I agree with you. Peggy, I agree with you. I agree with you. And ain't nothing hoish about that. As long as you ain't out there giving, like you say, giving your cookie away to everybody or trying to make everybody a cookie monster. No, talking, getting to know somebody, ain't nothing wrong in my humble opinion. If it's 10 or 20, may the best conversation win.
It's interviews, and like I said, there's always, because it's private messaging, it's because it's cyberspace conversation, I can always block you.
Okay, well, listen, so Peggy and Mandel then, how do you private message? Because my friend said to me what turned him off. First, it shocked him, and he loves women, but he said it turned him off even in 2021 to see this woman showing everything God made her to be, as a way of thinking that somehow is appealing to him. So how then do you show up to men nowadays? How? Because a woman still wants to, at the end of the day, she still wants to secure the bag. She still wants to know that is hers. How do you show up? How do you show up in 2021?
How about just enjoying the conversation? What's the rush? Stop down most of the time. We on curfew most of the time. What's the rush? I know what I want. And if I've waited all this time since my separation, since my divorce, what am I rushing for? Huh? So I have a balanced life. I do my thing. I work. I do my social media blogging. I do my family. And in that other time, I talk. I'm a single woman. I live with a dog. So when I'm alone, I talk. But that don't mean you can get my number. That don't mean that I'm going to see you in real life. You see what I'm saying? And so you have a almost controlled environment to interview, to find out what you really want. And I have my checklist. I have my stuff that I want. And when I had a gentleman told me, oh, God called him to be a prophet. I look on my list. Prophet wasn't on the list.
Prophet ain't here. Come, keep going, sir. You go, keep going. Go prophesy someplace else.
Yeah, so prophet was on the list, so I could block that one.
I don't tell you, God sent you for him.
No, I
That's the next thing. That's the next thing you can say. You know, God told me I feeling something here that you the one.
no. So prophet ain't on my list, so I could have blocked that one. Because I ain't asking no prophet. There's some things
Peggy,
I
you just shoot down plenty fellas just now, man. You just called plenty dudes suck their teeth and
Listen to me. And a lot of Bahamians believe in trying to use God to get what they want. And I don't mean the right way. I talking about, you know, you the one. God didn't tell me and show me in this vision. You know,
don't use that. I used that line the last time, and I go and use one little corny line. Say, boy, the Lord is my shepherd, and I see what I want now. Yeah, I was trying to let go and still couldn't let go. So,
I hope you ladies heard that especially these Bahamian men, I know Delta, I don't know, but you all in Atlanta and Darlene and Delta them in Atlanta and Turks and Caicos and wherever else you are watching. And even outside of Nassau, I know but the men where you all at. But the men in Nassau, they got some talks, and the talks are old, but they think it's still working. The Lord is my shepherd. What is it, Mandel had go?
The Lord is my shepherd, and I see what I want. She keep telling me, say that ain't what get her, right? But I said that's all I remember saying in life. I didn't know from a can of paint. I was just trying to make sure the lady having a good time at the function, and I'm now having a good time with her in my life.
Y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all are something. So Mandel, Peggy gave a list of what she feels where she is at now in terms of what she is doing, what she is about. What about you? And you are the man here, the man that we are trying to train, change, to make him into, but in subtle ways. What lists or what criteria, what advice would you give in terms of how a woman in 2021 goes about doing that outside of sending a man a naked picture in the inbox of herself?
Firstly, Shenique, I'm gonna tell you, men have sex with some women, and men will marry another woman. And the reason I say that is the girl that comes into a man's inbox, scantily clothed, or with them kind of thing. Not saying a man ain't gonna have sex with her, and there are men out there who won't have sex with her even. But in terms of whether or not he'll take her home to mommy, lock her down, and make her wife 9 times out of 10, he won't. And so I think a lot of women need to stop and take time out to get to know the man. Men are of the opinion that today's woman and relationship is more beneficial to a woman than it is to a man. So a man would more likely feel like, hey, I could just be single and take care of my churn and have 3, 4, 5 different gals out there. But when a man has matured to a place of being a real man and wants a woman to settle down with, being scantily clothed and all of that is the least of his concerns versus the mind and the heart of that woman. And I think one of the things that I will generally say to women, take time out with and for yourselves. Too many times we see, as men, we see women holding on to relationships that really ain't adding no value to their life. More so it diminishing their value, and they just stick and they try to change and they this and they that and they complain to you and this and that and no change. And so a lot of women need to take time out and be with themselves. Like let it be okay to be alone. Like there's something called in the meanwhile. Like why'd you getting yourself together? And a lot of women do not want to find themselves in that area. And the one that's most important for me, I try to tell women, take time out with God. Right? There's this scripture that says about the ultimate bridegroom, and Shenique, this formula I will encourage any woman under the sound of my voice to use this formula right now. If you spend time with the ultimate bridegroom and you spend enough time with him, he'll eventually manifest himself to you in the form of a person. And when that happens, you will know without a shadow of a doubt that man and you have a connection based on your attributes, personalities, chemistry.
So everything come together.
I telling you, because you spend time with God and God saw it. His desire is that we not be alone. So he'll fulfill himself in what he's in the relationship you have with him. He'll realize that, hold on, man, Shenique been spending too much time with me. And she is deserving of someone to hold her at night and love her up and this and that. And God knows that he physically can't do that for you. So he'll provide a man who will. And when you meet that man, you will test him. And it's in the testing phase, the courting or the dating, that you will discover, hold on, here lies the qualities of a lot of what I've been praying and asking God for. And you keep testing it. And the more you test it, the more it proves itself. And that's when you know you got a good catch. And for a lot of women, y'all just need to stop fishing in the same pond. You need to walk away from some situations. Stop fishing in that pond. Stop dating his friends. Stop dating guys would look like him, something like him.
Hold on, man. The woman is going to date the man friend. What you talking? What you so?
Women claims to have a type, but one of the things that is important at her age is to learn to let it go.
Let the type, let your type go.
Let it go. And Mandel said something, and so I'll go biblical like Mandel. And the Bible said that they were fishing all night, and they caught no fish. And they saw Jesus in the morning, and he said, "Cast your net on the other side."
Something new. Let's go. Somebody take up the offering.
We need to cast our nets on the net. I know I have a type, big and dark and 6-something. That's my type. But I call a fellow who ain't that king, and he's wonderful. And I call him king, and he's not
still got a true one.
But the thing is, though, what is wrong with having a type? Because what is wrong with having?
If it ain't working for you, because that type.
Hold on, Peggy. Hold on, Peggy. Peggy, I want to jack this right there. Something I discovered with a type, Shenique. The woman that I'm now with, that I believe is the woman of my dreams. I don't care how much other women I probably thought were the woman of my dreams. I've discovered that the woman that I'm with now she doesn't have the physique of what I told myself that I like and this and that. But I discovered beauty is fading. When I mature as a man, I'm now almost 40. When I mature as a man and I'm 60, do I still want big bongy and sticky breasts and all them kind of things?
Well, do you still want a big butt, a small waist, and breasts that's standing up?
That's what got me beyond that. Maturity as a young man got me beyond my preferences, Shenique. And when I got beyond my preference, I became overwhelmed with the things that I love in a woman. So
would you say that this particular woman has changed you?
I would say so in a lot of ways, man. I would say so. I would say so in a lot of ways.
Okay, and I'll tell you this, the people want to know.
I asked myself, what would be different if she wasn't in my life? And the things I started to realize that would be different, I had no choice but to accept that, but she is a major difference in my life. I've always said to you, Shenique, eagles don't hang with chickens. And there's a lot of relationships out there where the female eagle in love with the chicken, or chicken dude in love with the eagle dude in love with the female chicken.
No, but not really, boy. You don't find many eagle men in love with chicken women. They you know what I'm saying? They may pick on that for a second, but they moving on. Like, you don't find men who are eagles playing around with chicken. Only women who are eagles up and down, flipping, trying to look to see if they could get some corn with the chicken trying to fight and squabble over.
See, now, mind you, when a lot of men eagles find themselves in love with chicken, Shenique, a lot of times.
But that's true. They transform them and make them an eagle. Yeah.
They become grounded because they're trying now to inspire this chicken to be an eagle, not realizing that they can be responsible for every liability that comes with them trying to force that chicken to be eagle. You need to just take off, let that one go.
Wow. So it sounds.
KFC.
What'd you say, Peggy? What'd you say, Peggy?
Just love some KFC, because that chicken ain't gonna become no eagle. What is important, Shenique, at this stage and a certain age is honest communication. You will be surprised, because at 49, anybody who's over 40 or 40 and over has been damaged in previous relationships, have had some kind of experience that made them.
But don't exclude the 30-somethings, because you hear this Mandel 36 and saying how he didn't been through the ringer.
Okay.
Go ahead.
If you've had relationship, you've been damaged. So the thing about it is to recognize that we're all a little damaged. Communicate your damage. This is what happened, and then give me an opportunity to say, I could work with that because I know I have my little stuff that I'm dealing with. But you'll be amazed. What turns me is that after 3 months of talking, we still have pop-ups coming. We still have baby mama. You didn't tell me about number 6.
Dang, trauma and foolishness.
Yeah, tell me and let me say, something, okay, that in place, because I know I got 4 of my own and I got 2 grandchildren. And so I'm telling you, do you want to be with John and Jenny Ken? I'm telling you, there ain't no secret. You see what I'm saying?
So Peggy,
Yes. Guys, Mandel, you hold on, let Peggy wrap up because I see Leonardo look like he is actually in real time with us. Leonardo, first of all, you came very late into the show, and so I will give you an opportunity to jump in and have a say. How does a woman train a man? Is that even possible? How does she cause him to kind of step in and to become what it is she has been dreaming about and desiring all this time?
Well, I mean, you can hear me clear?
Yes, we can. Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, the panel is being on fire. Peggy, Mandel, you all had everything locked down. But I would say this, though. I feel as if a man just adapts. That's how I feel. I feel like he just adapts. Like, Mandel was talking about it earlier. Like, if I want you, and whatever it takes, whatever ground rule you tell me to do, if it takes me not smoking for 2 months, 3 months, just for me to get with you, I can do that. But watch this.
Wow.
Peggy come right back and rebound that. And Peggy said, after I finish with you, I go right back to smoking.
Yeah.
So I feel like a man just adapts just to preserve whatever's going on or whatever he wants. That's one thing.
Or to make what it is he think he wants at that time, and to get you to believe that
That's what it is.
Ladies, I hope you all listening. Let me get to some comments real quick. Let's just see. There was a guy Ray Allen Frederick says, what are your thoughts on the tap situation? I don't even understand what the tap situation is. You all may know what that is, where the man is harassing her on and offline because he brought her 1 Stoli and a tonic. That sounds like somebody you need to flip in.
Common behaving thing, man. From a guy
what is it?
Like, yeah, man. From a guy buy you a drink in the club, he feel like he's supposed to dance with you the rest of the night.
You carry home.
You understand? That's kind of.
Well, that's the Tyrone. That's the Tyrone you ain't trying to train. Let Tyrone go.
But Shenique, don't cost the man spend money on two rounds of Hennessy. You gotta go home.
That's the $20.
You gotta go home, Shenique.
Y'all petty on that level. If y'all buy a woman 2 drink, you looking for something?
But Shenique, watch this, because Peggy, I don't know if you seem to be a very settled lady, so I know you don't be doing the young club situation. But Mandel can tell you, even though he don't be in the club, Mandel can tell you, some of the older settled men, they in the younger club for the younger girls, and they just must be in love, and they get that 2 cup of Hennessy, and that's $20, and so you going home with me.
So
that's what I can do.
No more.
Yes.
And see, that's and ladies, I want you all to hear this. And Peggy, we can talk about this when we come back. I'll get to 1 or 2 more comments. That sometimes these older men got more issues than these younger guys. These older men are the ones trying to play the game and ain't mature yet. Let's just see Karen. Karen says, truth is, a woman will marry whomever he wants a man. It depends on that man. I've seen women who people say is not wife material, yet she's married. Exactly. And you know what it is, I believe, Karen? Because the woman somehow affected change. She somehow slipped in there with some strategies and tricks and etc. of her own, even if it's to the point like how Peggy say, no, you don't try to stir up, ruffle a man's whatever. And so he is caught off guard like, wait, this woman ain't trying to change and control me. Women got many ways, and sometimes it's very effective, and that's why a lot of them, like you say, you're shocked, like, dang, he married her. Kevin says, be true to yourself, Kevin Moss. So let's just see. Alicia says, I think the word change is a problem because many people do not want to change, men or women. So it's a matter of influence, not change, because there are many women that need to be changed. Oh, we know that for sure. We absolutely know it. Nish ACL says, that's me in the meanwhile and loving it. Yeah, God, the utmost lover of my soul. Absolutely. When you find that kind of love, like, you know,
Listen.
yes, Peggy.
God is the love of my soul, but my body sometimes need a touch. I
Oh,
just
Jesus,
that
Peggy.
right there.
Just a little touch.
This flesh
A
God is
little
the
touch.
lover.
queen
God is the lover of your soul, but your body be
sometimes.
like your body calling.
Peggy, he said it's better to marry than burn with passion.
And
You know
Peggy
that?
just want a
I
little tap.
am
Just a little tap.
perfectly imperfect, so I talk daily with God. He
And I feel like he make the human man and woman the same all sort of like. That's how I personally feel.
Mandel, you be quiet, because you and God got a real special understanding. Listen, I'm gonna get to more of your comments. We're gonna take a quick break and come back with more of sip and chat right after this. Stay exactly where you are.
Beyonce may have said that she woke up like this, but remember, Beyonce has a whole team of experts to help give her that flawless look. It's your turn to shine in the skin you're in with your team, Flirty Girl. We help you contour your body, enhance your curves, and embrace your skin with our fat-burning laser lipo and breast and butt enhancements. Relax with a facial, a massage or detox, and try our fitness and nutrition coaching, or even our specialty services, Brazilian wax, and intimate skincare and intimate brightening treatments. Let your inner smile glow on every inch of yourself. Maybe even surprise him with a male or couples experience. This is your invitation to unveil your beauty. Request a consultation today by calling 677-1689 or WhatsApp 467-9630. Flirty Girl, where you are beautiful.
How would you like to shed some extra inches of unwanted belly fat? Did you know that there are alternatives to surgery to get rid of unwanted fat? Let Therapy Natural Health Spa help you reduce fat without surgery. Therapy Natural Health Spa employs a series of methods in a customized plan to suit your fat loss goals. Target those stubborn and challenging areas on the body with our cavitation body shaper that uses heating lasers to break up and melt fat during each session. Did you know that as you drink water and exercise, that your lymphatic system and liver work together to help eliminate fat? Let Therapy Natural Health Spa help you get the results you've been waiting for. Call us for a free consultation and let Therapy Natural Health Spa work out a plan for you. Check us out on Instagram or Facebook. Our numbers are 393-1126 or 806-1132.
Maybe it's for the thrill, or the scenery, or maybe you do it for the speed, or maybe it's for the baby. It might just be for the next stop, or even for the beautiful moments. Whatever your reason for driving, we'll be there to keep you going. Atura Auto, servicing your vehicle at a price that keeps your pockets happy. Call us today.
Sunday Sip and Chat. Today, my guests are Mandel Miller, Leonardo. Leonardo, what is your last name again?
Evans.
Evans, Peggy Candace. I thank each of them. Today we're talking about relationship, love, you know what I mean? And how we are defeating our own selves mainly as women by doing a lot of stuff, yet we looking to be wife. Do you know what I mean? We looking for him to put a, what is it what Beyonce say? Put a ring on it, right? But we doing a whole bunch of stuff that it is of no effect. And so today we're kind of talking about that. How do you train and change a man? Can you even do that? Is it worth it? And the secrets to making that happen. Hugh Brennan says the generalization reduces an effective argument or specific point of view. A man is a man, open to temptation, which is the next available liaison. Is that what it is, Mandel and Leonardo? Like a man, like regardless of how much you think you train in, change in, whatever, the man open to temptation?
Yes, men are open to temptation regardless of how much training and maturity that comes with life. But again, a woman, we're talking today about the role that a woman plays in helping a man understand how to muzzle his penis. Since we talk about training, remember I used the book. And a lot of this stuff is possible, but you just got to know how to effectively do it. And again,
Mandel, on a Sunday afternoon, have you been muzzled? I'll just put it. Have you been muzzled?
Yes.
But
here's what I consider muzzling. And
what you said, Mandel?
I said yes, and here's what I consider muzzling. When you ain't being turned on for nobody else other than her, you muzzled.
Okay.
I remember recently asking her, is it something you did? You send my picture to one of your aunties or something, or like what happened? What brought on that change? And I realized that it's when a man comes to a place that he truly finds complete fulfillment in a woman, and a lot of that came not in the initial stages, but as she grew and matured throughout the relationship and our courting each other, I generally got to that place where she's the only woman I wanted.
She turn you on, off, around, up, everything she does. You ain't looking for nothing else.
I don't get enough.
You don't care if a woman comes in your inbox just with only high heels on.
Shenique,
Mandel, you're scratching your head. Just answer.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm being dead honest. I don't get it, Shenique. I had a friend. One of my friends said, as a man, you gotta know how to turn your beacon off. When you turn that beacon off, in most cases, people know, hey, that's a man that's in a respectful relationship. That's a man who I know 9 times out of 10, if I step to him like that, I can get my feelings hurt. So 9 times out of 10, they even ain't gonna waste their time.
Yeah. Leonardo, listen to this. Karen Marsh says, men have different appetites, and so a woman should be willing to fulfill those appetites. And it also goes the same for the men. Your response to that?
Well, Shenique, I'll say this. Men, it's up to the individual. They have to have the self-control. Man will look regardless. You'll be in church and some people just don't have on the right situation and you trying to worship and a man will look regardless.
You all doggone weak. You in church looking at women? I mean, what the dickens you looking at? Like what?
Why you come to church dressed like that in the first place?
Come on. Why?
I want to challenge a myth.
Go ahead, Peggy.
Please look. You looking at our breasts and our hips, we looking at your crotch.
Exactly.
You see that? You think? Okay.
How we
okay.
What do you get to offer? I mean, I grown. I hope you know babies on the line. So it's time for some honest communication.
That's what it is.
Not all women looking for a husband. Someone's just looking for a good lover, a good companion. Because if you've been through a bad divorce, a husband is the last thing on your list. Somebody wants to be honest. And so the generalization doesn't do the conversation justice. We got to represent everybody. And so not everybody. Represent everybody.
So Peggy is saying, and representing everybody, not everybody looking for a ring. Some women and men, some women though, in let's say in her case perhaps, looking just to listen, you be good to me, I be good to you, and be good together.
I want to use me for example. When I met my significant other, she had her own relational situation that was ongoing. Initial stages I felt like that wasn't going nowhere, but I told her I wasn't looking for no girlfriend. I ain't looking for nobody. Like, we could just be friends. And I heard Peggy say something earlier that's become the hallmark in our relationship, which is honest communication. We laugh about it and we tell people. I met her like around 10 o'clock on a Friday night. She left the party, and just like after 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, about 2:30, I called and I said, hey, I just called to see if you reach home safe. That 2:30 conversation.
Mandel so slick, boy. He is do that. Go ahead, Mandel. Mandel, no, Leonardo. Mandel is do that. Hey, how you doing? I just called to make sure you got on safe. Go ahead.
From 2:30 a.m. till 7 a.m. that morning.
Wow.
We did that.
Booty call. That's a booty call.
Dang.
We did that for 2 days, just talking and talking and talking. And we realized eventually when we met up, our meeting up was just to park by the beach and just talk. And we did that for about a month until one day I decided to ask. I said, hey, if someone would have asked you if you're in a relationship, what would you say? She said, I would say yes. I said, hold on, man, we ain't never had that conversation, so you can't say that. Based on, and that was the result of us communicating so much. We developed that bond with each other. So
that bond.
As a woman, she felt like, hold on, we got something here. But as a man, being logical, I felt like, hold on, we ain't established nothing here. So that honest communication being the foundation of us.
And then on top of that, Mandel, you didn't tap nothing. Like she gave you the 90-day law without even having to verbalize it.
But she told me that was something that was natural to her. She ain't sleeping with no man in the first 3 months and this and that the next thing. And her being a more mature woman, I didn't approach her on that angle.
Peggy, what foolishness you were running on with? What you said?
I've been out of circulation for a while. What is the 90-day rule?
Oh, Lord.
Peggy, you ain't know what the 90-day rule is. Keep your panties up for 90 days.
Peggy, that one gets out. That can't work.
The 90-day rule is, Shenique, I've been talking to this dude for a month. Shenique, I just can't control myself. And then Shenique gonna be saying, no, girl. You gotta go a little longer than that. What if he be someone else afterwards? And that's when you know you really being effective in the 90-day rule.
And I heard
the 90-day rule actually goes without saying.
Exactly.
You're holding on.
I heard you said that most people stop at 30. I just want a reality check.
That's the case. That's the case. If you see it go beyond 30 in a lot of instances,
don't drink no Hennessy, Peggy.
I'm not getting none at all.
You ain't getting none at all, Mandel. Wow. Listen, Melissa Miller says she like what you're saying, Mandel. Tanisha Meadows Tate say just stop fishing, period. Just be. Sometimes when you just be, it just comes so naturally. It just, it's just a wonderful thing to have it be natural. Darlene Higgs Hollis says, so Peggy, if you let it go, then please give the prophet a chance. Peggy says she ain't want nobody who doggone drop with that settle. What you say, Peggy?
No over spiritual beings, because I can be perfect for them. I can cause them stress. So I don't want no prophet, apostle, or prophet of none of those spiritual beings, because I'm imperfect.
No, they come. Yes.
I can mess you up.
So Shenique. Another thing.
Manda, 1 second, let Leonardo get in.
Listen. Okay, this is something I want to throw to you, Shenique, and the panel. Because I have a few friends that does this, and for the 132 persons viewing, I feel like this could work in a relationship only if you're open, Peggy, and you're not going to get upset. I have a few friends that does this. When you're open with each other, whereas if you're in the car, Peggy, and you're all driving together, and you know this man gonna look, you pass on the road, you know something good walking on this road, you know he gonna look. So you just gonna say, baby, look. What you think? She look good, eh? She off the chain.
We friends.
We off the chain. Now I don't know how the man can take it, but I have some friends but in relationships like that, whereas they gonna point out and they can say, look here, what you think, baby? Just another, whatever. And it works for them. It works.
And it works. That's good. Go ahead, man.
It ain't in my relationship, though.
Let's hear what Shenique and Peggy has to say, because Shenique then start off and say, I want to hear what Peggy's response is.
Your boy. We ain't looking at girls together.
You got nothing to do with you being my boy, but you know what? It got a lot
Peggy,
How
What
can
a-
tell you a
But you
real
need to have a look anyway.
1 second, one at a time, one at a time. Because when a woman looks at a man, she ain't telling you, well, dang, look at him. A woman don't do that. But go ahead, go.
but she thinking it.
Of course she thinking it, but she ain't telling you, look at
With
him.
all the respect, I can tell you all a real story, right? Driving with my ex-husband, we were married, and I see him killing himself trying to look out the corner of the eye. What the hell? Look, you gonna hurt yourself. Why you gonna hurt yourself? Look.
You ain't find that he spank you a little different when he get on?
No. It even wasn't about that. It was about
Don't spank me different for somebody else. Don't
listen.
go ahead, Peggy.
Don't let her be your motivation. But I'm saying is
Thanks.
that is about being honest. I'm not to say Google and say, oh, ha, but trying to make your eyes cockeye to try to get a glimpse, that don't make no sense. Treat me like I'm an intelligent woman. Treat me like I'm there. I mean, all you have to do a glance, because I glance and I just ain't saying nothing.
Exactly. And so what my thing is, if you're gonna look fine, like not but not oogling somebody, like being stupid about that. No, ain't a woman into that, because a woman looks as well. Don't ever be mistaken. But me, I your boy. So I ain't
But
gonna
y'all
talk, but
doing it
look at
together. Y'all doing it together, Shenique.
what the hell you mean
pointed
together?
out-
Well, y'all could play games, eh?
But Shenique, Shenique, woman normally look at another woman. If you sitting down on the bus, if you sitting down in the clinic,
No,
in
a
the
woman looks
restaurant,
at
if a
another woman
passes, they
differently.
look
No,
at
no, no,
another
no,
woman.
no, Leonardo, a woman looks at another woman. I would look at Peggy and say, you know what? I like her makeup. I like a woman isn't
She have a
looking
good
at
shape.
another woman
You
for
have a
something.
problem with me, Shanique, saying I like Peggy makeup. If me and you dating, and I say, Mom, Peggy look nice today.
Mandel, don't Mandel. My last name is Miller, like yours. Don't play with me. You understand that? Don't play with me and talk with Peggy makeup to me. Don't play with me and Peggy makeup. What'd you say, Peggy?
Is, I think it's a level of respect. It's a respect level. You're not gonna, and you don't want your partner, who, your spouse, to feel inferior to anybody. And so it is a level of respect. You got to know how far to take it. It's a level of sensitivity to your partner, because she is your queen. And if you comparing and looking, then you need to step up.
Okay, then Shanique, what you're saying, okay. You don't want that to happen, Shanique. Look at Mandel. Mandel have, I don't know, that's regular seeing glasses or that shades. Okay, the man can put on his darkers and he driving and he eye like that. That's
Okay,
what you
fine.
supposed to happen.
But don't be doing
and he
this.
can't see my eye in the shades. So he driving and he like this.
No, don't buck up.
No, Shanique, I think
Thanks.
the point that Leonardo is trying to make is that, and I saw this in a book called The Measure of a Man. Lust, it's not okay to lust after a woman, but it should be okay to find another woman attractive. And there's nothing wrong with attraction. I believe if I like women that are Shanique's physique, and we're in a relationship, I might say I should feel I feel like I should have some sense of liberty to be able to say, Mom, baby, I saw somebody in some one girl in some pants today. I think you look nice in them, and because I like how they looked on her, how bongy it looks, so I you and them or something.
Listen
like
to me. You know what? There's a different conversation. We gotta wrap up, because understand, you ain't gonna come to me to buy a pants that you saw some other woman in that you thought she looked so great.
Why not?
You know what? But
Why not,
come just
Shanique?
tell me. No, just come tell me you love this pants and you think I would look great in it. Don't come to me, because what you want me to say, man, this guy and the way he handle things. What you say, Peggy?
I say there's a different level. At my age and stage in life, I mean, you look at me. I'm a plus size queen. So a man who want a skinny woman, why are you talking to me? You're not.
Thank you.
Me out. I'm pretending I am plus size. I am beautiful. I
you
am.
may be in love with your heart and your mind, Peggy.
Sweetie, don't sweetie, be in love with all of me. Don't be in just you can't see my heart and mind. Don't
The
be.
woman he
That
wanted, this
stage of my
woman.
life for competing for attention, I'm beyond that.
He may feel
I
like
disagree.
30 pounds like he used the perfect woman for him. He just trying to inspire you to
There's a woman.
do that 30.
There's a woman 20 pounds lighter. Be gone. Block me.
I disagree. I disagree, Shenique.
You all can disagree all y'all want, y'all.
disagree.
This ain't got nothing to do with how to. This ain't got nothing to do with how to hook him and reel him in. This ain't got nothing to do with that. You all shifting on something else totally different, and that is for next conversation. Yes, Peggy.
I want to say this because I need to say this. Women need to know what they bring in. Women need to know the level they're at and function at the level. Don't come down. You ain't Zacchaeus. Do not come down. I know where I'm at. I know that I am the best possible me at this season in my life. I'm in a season where my cup is running over. Why I coming down? Come up. And if you're in my presence because of the overflow, you can be blessed.
Exactly.
And then when you're blessed, do you want to lose the blessing? Because I ain't coming down. And so I know what I bring. And people looking for the table, I am the table. I come in. I'm equipped. I am my own brand, Peggy Candace, and I am doing well in my life. And so I'm not looking for somebody to complete me. I come into you, I'm complete. God complete. I've been through enough in my life. At this stage of my life, I know who I am. And so I have my list. I don't have to settle. I don't need nobody to finance nothing about me. The only reason I ain't to dinner today is because I get my nails done by my daughter. I take myself on the seaside every Sunday and have 3 good hours all by me. And I never hold nobody anything. And so because I know this,
you ain't got to give up nothing for 2 drinks.
I sip wine at home. I gotta go out, and so I know what I bring in. Plus size queen. If you can't deal with this, block key, please.
Keep it moving. Amanda, that's right.
And women must understand. The younger women, as a young woman, I had a picture in my head of what I want to be. And listen, I'm so proud of me at 49. I'm living that vision. And so it is possible. You don't have to be settled. You don't have to be broken. You don't have to be bruised and battered. Set your standard now, young ladies. If I had to talk to a 20-year-old Peggy Candace, I would have tell her some things you ain't got to experience. I tell my daughters that, but they still have a choice to make. And so you have to know, I work hard to become who I am. I ain't gonna let nobody come to me at this stage and set me back.
And that's the thing. You work hard to become who you are.
Yeah, I enjoy my own company. So all you can do is add to who I am. I'm not going to let you diminish who I am. You see what I'm saying? I perfected being alone.
Oh, that's
I'm a strong woman. I'm perfected being alone. So company, I love it, but it's not a necessity.
It is not a necessity.
And I
Absolutely.
would have gone a little further, but I see some people there because Toys are us.
Because what?
Toys are us.
Listen, we have to continue this conversation because there's other things that Leonardo those want to throw in the mix. Mandel, your final comment. Mandel, your 60-second final comment.
On the fact that I believe that women can change their man. And again, I've been using the book How to Train Your Man as if it were a dog in 21 days. Know that you can, with petting, just as you pet your pet, petting gives a good sense of fulfillment to men. And one of the things that really stuck out to me was their formula for punishment. The same way, and Peggy has a house dog, and so she'll really understand this.
Yes.
When they do stuff in the house, you spank them and rub their nose and stuff inside it as a form of punishment to remind them not to do this. And so one of the things that I learned in it, and I said it to my significant other and told her that I appreciate her doing it, is how she massages my mess in my face in a way that reminds me of the love she gave me through whatever that mess is, and it reminds me not to do it again. And so just that in itself, I was like, wow, that like I said, you do this and you don't even know you do it. She's like, what you mean? And I had to explain it to her of just reminding me in very subtle ways of previous mishaps or mess ups or hurts or whatever. And it's a subtle way of reminding me that, hey, don't forget I loved you through that, but don't play at me again. So
You see that, ladies? So you see, ladies, how you can take a stand with stuff, and sometimes you don't have to say a word when you're taking the stand.
yes, and that's the woman the man is gonna respect. That's the woman he's not gonna run away from. But if you feel entitled as a woman to act how you feel, that's when you're gonna cheaper. You just call it and walk away.
Shenique, I just want to say something.
Peggy, how you interfering with Leonardo? 60 seconds. Go ahead.
I want to take 30. Mandel talked about me having a dog, Jasper. I had Jasper from he was 6 and Jasper's now 10. Yesterday I came from campaigning. Jasper messed in the house. Why he messed in the house? Because I wasn't there. It's just a little message in there.
Because you weren't there.
But speaking, Jasper ain't trained, you know. Jasper, I wasn't there to take care of his business.
Oh, wait a minute. Here is Hugh. Mandel, put your finger right here. Here is Hugh Brennan. Hugh Brennan says Shenique is feeling that women are the counterpart and the counterpoint to sexual deviance in men who make light of the promiscuity in the atmosphere. And so Peggy, it's almost along the lines of what you're saying. Listen, Jasper messed up because you weren't there to ensure that Jasper's needs. Yeah, you were out distracted, and so Jasper had to do what Jasper had to do. Leonardo, your final comment.
All right, I won't be long. Can a woman change a man? That would definitely be yes. A woman can change a woman can turn a bad man into a good man. And how can she do that? You know, by love, by respect, by holding him down, you know, let him know that he's the head and following his lead, but also giving that leeway for conversation, for honesty. Definitely, I would say to all the ladies that's watching the live that in the process of this man changing, you know, he will make some mistakes. You know, he will make some mistakes, but you gotta hang in there. You gotta work with him if that's something that you believe in. That's something that you want. You gotta hang in there. But can a woman change a man? Definitely, yes.
Yes, you're saying, and in fact, and then this may be another topic, guys. Netheria Roberts says some Bahamian women have fallen far from what we used to be. That right there, I tell you, when we get to, you know, when we get to doggone, what did you say, Mandel?
That's the Naomi part that Ruth forget.
Oh, Lord.
The Naomi part that Ruth.
A lot of our women are missing the first step to getting their Boaz, which is being trained by Naomi. A lot of our women
the women need to be trained.
Ruth, the story of Ruth and Boaz, Ruth was trained by Naomi.
But Mandel, be honest. Mandel and Leonardo, be honest on this point right here as I wrap up. You only into a woman who come trained. You only into doggone Ruth them. You only into that. You all know you're into Shaquita.
No, my wife come trained.
Peggy, am I lying or not?
Niggas have been sex for gals who ain't come trained, Shenique. It's a difference in marrying.
The sad thing is, I ain't frowning on Shakita either, or Quito, whoever. I ain't frowning on her because she brings.
Because she ain't lonely in the night.
You say you bet by she ain't lonely at night. Lord, look at Shaquita them. Look at Shaquita them spooning.
And in Shaquita's case, that's Shaquita fine with that.
And goes to Shaquita at night.
Shenique.
Listen to me, y'all. Who's this calling my name? Leonardo. Yes, go ahead.
I just want to say one thing. If I have to tell you you're the head of my home, that's a problem. You gotta know you're the head.
Automatically assume the position.
You're the head.
And lead.
And tell you you're the head.
No, lead. You're right. And we need men to just lead.
No.
The woman gotta come through.
Listen, other conversation. What you say, Mandel?
Peggy haven't been a married woman, and women. Look, just how women like reassurance. Why you can't give a man?
No, a man does not need reassurance. Wait a minute, a man does not need.
Listen, depend on the man to me.
A man does not need reassurance to know that he's the head of the home. What the dickens going? What do you mean, some men? What kind of man are you?
They need you to say, thank you, honey. All the bills are paid. You are such a
woman says that. But what I'm saying is, assume your position.
Come on, Shenique.
Well,
some men, Shenique. Some men need to hear you say that.
You want to stand up in church and say preach, pastor, but you when we laying down
Come on.
the pipe, you ain't want to say preach, daddy. Come on, man, Shenique.
Somebody say
Listen to me.
amen.
Listen to me.
Somebody
Anyway,
say amen.
anyway, guys, you know what? We can pick up this conversation next
Either
week.
you're
We
the
can pick
head
it
or
up.
you're not.
Either you're the Peggy, I love you, you know. Either you're the head or you're not. Why I gotta keep? Why I have to reassure you that you're the head? Then you can't be
But
the head and
Shenique,
nothing,
like
because then you
Mandel
ain't doing
says,
nothing for me.
but Shenique, like Mandel says, some persons are not, some ladies are not coming trained. You know, listen to me.
Listen to me.
You know,
Listen.
Shenique,
In any event,
you listen,
yes.
listen, Shenique. Let me
Yeah.
get this in, Shenique. Let me get this in.
You look beautiful.
Shenique, let me get this in. Please,
For your
let me get this
emotional
in.
time, Shenique. Men have them too.
Shenique, listen to me. Listen to me.
You look really nice today, without any
Shenique,
when
listen to
you
me.
look up, you look all
Shenique,
natural
listen to
and
me.
beautiful. You look.
Listen to
Can I
me.
say
I
this?
don't have. Listen to me, gentlemen. Mandel and you know what? You know what, guys? Let's just agree that we can have part two. We can have part two on the needs of a man, because y'all are too needy. It sounds to me like y'all a little too needy, and this here 242. That's how it sounds
Shenique,
to
let me
me.
say this one little part.
Leonardo, you have 10 seconds.
Okay.
Dustin is the same.
Listen to me, Shenique. Listen, I only piggybacking on what Mandel say. When you having to come train, let me show you how my wife freaked me right out, and I had to marry her a year right after we got was dating. Girl, I gone by her house one day. We just was chilling. I laid down in the bed. We didn't do anything. She know one of my favorite dish is curry chicken. Listen to me. I lay down, stretch off now. Don't forget now, I was a young boy in my mother's house, and I know, but when food ready, you gotta come out front. The woman come with the tray, with the food, with the drink and all that. I sitting up on the bed, just say, hey, honey, this is for you.
She's still
If I
doing
want
that.
How much woman cooking for these men and these? Leonardo, it took a plate of curry chicken to get your attention?
No. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It's the fact that it was done in a way that, look here, I'm not eating until you eat, and I bring in your food to you. Sit up, honey. Let me rest it straight. And so that was something different for me. That's what you call training. That was abaco training. Abaco training.
Oh shoot. Okay, but ladies,
It's my question. Are you still getting served curry chicken and bed?
Oh, no. Things changed because I'm serving her now.
Oh well, she didn't train you. That's what it is. She didn't.
I'm serving her.
Listen, man. We can pick this up next week. We have to pick it up. We have to pick it up, and we can talk about, are Bahamian men too needy, or is it that we have dropped the ball? As somebody said, we have fallen far from what Bahamian women used to be back in the 80s and the 90s, or have you all become too needy? What is it? Let's just see exactly what it is. We will pick this up, okay? And I thank you all so much. Listen, I heard you all, Melissa, Darlene, Gano, this make you mad. My whole head hurting right now with that conversation. But no, I know. I haven't. It's so funny. We haven't had a relationship conversation in such a while that you all didn't give me a headache. But listen, I thank you all very, very much. You all ain't listening to these men. But no, look, Melissa, the thing is, Bahamian men have become very needy. But Peggy, is that you in the background?
No,
oh, okay. No, we can talk. We can pick this. Mandel, you hit.
Women, who more needy than the 21st century woman? I mean, that wasn't needy like y'all.
6 and I for Dustin is the same.
We can talk. We're gonna pick this up. Part two. Part 2 is next week, ladies and gentlemen. Part 2 is next week. Cara, what you saying? Hold on, wait. I see Cara making a comment. I wish I can see that, because no, they have my whole head hurting right now with the way they is acting. Carry on. I don't even see it. I can't even see the
affirmation. That's what Cara says. Say society has trained our men to need affirmation. Wow, society has done that.
But Cara, thank you. When did men need affirmation? Like how y'all get here?
You'll say amen to him and thing. Come on, mother. Why would y'all think a man that shouldn't be an attribute and an aspect of a man's life? So you
can talk.
Shenique, you want Queen to tell me how good I look, but you ain't want to tell me how good I look. But you want me, baby, you look nice every time you dress. My Shenique, y'all good day gone, man.
Oh Lord, I tell you, listen, we are going to have part two next week. That's right, next week, the Bahamian man. That's what we that whole Peggy, get ready, please, get
Yes,
ready,
sir.
because
Yes,
our men need it. Our men are very needy, and they didn't tell you that, because if you ain't, I remember when we used to have a lot of relationship topics, and someone said it could have been Levin Miller. You know, he a little off. Levin said, "Oh, you stay right there. When you stay there, don't do what you got to do. Because when you go to the gas station, Shaquita ready to do what needs to be done." And so
Uh-oh.
that's how you was get roach. And
Sweet as
so
a farming man.
That's
we
true.
we're
That's
gonna we're
true.
gonna we're gonna pick up part two next week. I thank you
I
all so much. Social
thought
media audience, thank you,
there's
Peggy.
no
Peggy,
need to put
shh.
Shakira, Aquita.
Peggy, what you say, Peggy?
My job is to put Shaquita,
Out of
Shenique
business.
out of business.
Oh, don't make, don't let your resume be intact.
It's,
Then
it's
Sweet will
my
give you a run for your money.
Listen, y'all. I can see y'all later. Listen, everybody, I hope you all were able to smile and relax today with this sip and chat. We're going to have more relationship topics moving forward. I did move away from it for a while. But we're going to bring more relationship topics to you, whether it's on a Sunday or on a Wednesday, whatever it is. But certainly next week, part two. Oh, yeah, we ain't moving from that. Part two next week. And so see you all then. Everybody, thank you very much for streaming live today. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Mandel. Thank you, Leonardo. And also social media. Thank you. Thank you, Cara. Please do share the live stream, and see you all tomorrow on The Conversation. Have a great day, everyone.
I need a little conversation.